Alright, welcome to the overview of psychosis. Of all the mental health conditions, psychosis possibly carries the largest stigma. Though this may be because people hear the term psychosis and link it to the slang word psycho, which is actually an abbreviation of psychopathy, which is when a person has reduced care and concern for others, lacks remorse and has increased criminal tendencies. So referring to someone with psychosis as a psycho is not only hurtful, but it's actually inaccurate as well. In this session, I'll show you what psychosis really is. Psychosis is not a single disorder, but a more general term to describe conditions where a person's perception of reality is different from what is agreed upon by others. For example, a symptom of psychosis can be having auditory hallucinations, which is hearing voices. For the individual with psychosis, the voices are very real, but most of the people will know that the voices don't exist. Symptoms include thought disturbances, auditory hallucinations, and delusions. Thought disturbances can come in several forms: thought insertion, thought withdrawal, and thought broadcasting. Thought insertion is the belief that your thoughts are not your own and have been placed there by outside forces. Thought withdrawal is the belief that your thoughts are being taken from you, also by outside forces. And thought broadcasting is thinking that your thoughts are being made known to others. Common beliefs about who is manipulating your thoughts include the government, Martians, communists, or other culturally relevant organisations. Another symptom might be auditory hallucinations, and this is the experience of hearing voices that nobody else can. They are usually giving a negative, hurtful running commentary of a person's life using obscene and upsetting language. They might try to persuade a person to commit crimes and violent acts. And it's important to realise that for the individual, these voices do not seem to come from within, but really are something that is heard. They often relate to a delusion that the person is currently experiencing, reinforcing the reality of their faulty belief. Delusions are another symptom. They are false beliefs that a person with psychosis can believe to be true, despite any evidence to the contrary. These delusions can be varied, and there are several categories they can fall into. Someone with psychosis could have delusions of grandeur, where they believe themselves to be an important or famous person, or that they have increased abilities and intelligence. They may believe they are omnipotent, which is being all-powerful, leading them into dangerous situations they believe will not harm them. A person with paranoid delusions believes that they are being persecuted in some way. For example, they could believe that they are being followed by government agents, or that aliens are watching them. Or they may believe a persecutor deliberately tricks, torments, and ridicules them. Or they may have erotomania, which is a belief that a person, often famous but possibly a complete stranger, is in love with you. This is also known as Declarenbout syndrome. And there are also somatic delusions, which lead a person to believe there is something wrong with their physical health. These delusions are not as simple to challenge as just showing the person facts to the contrary. The delusions persist and feel real for the individual, even when they are shown incontrovertible evidence that they are wrong. So, psychosis is losing touch with reality in some way. Mental health conditions such as bipolar disorder, psychotic depression, substance abuse, and schizoaffective disorder can all be seen as conditions that have symptoms of psychosis. That's it for this lecture. I'll see you in the next.